At the network known for lies, they keep dropping like flies. It looks like CNN's integrity broke down, starting from the top down. And apparently those comically giant swabs couldn't protect these horny slobs. CNN President Jeff Zucker resigned today, effective immediately. It's the first time he's been effective in a while. And lo and behold, Zuck has his former star anchor, Chris Cuomo, to thank. Said Zucker in a memorandum, as part of the investigation into Chris Cuomo's tenure at CNN, I was asked about a consensual relationship with my closest colleague, someone I have worked with for more than 20 years. I acknowledge the relationship evolved in recent years. I was required to disclose it when it began, but I didn't. I was wrong. As a result, I'm resigning today. That sounds fishy. But I gotta say, Chris Cuomo has damaged more reputations than Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs. So for Zucker, it all comes to crashing down because of consensual sex with an adult colleague. Well, they call that at CNN trying something new. It is a welcome departure from most of the lurid, disgusting stuff happening over there. Why are they so damn horny at that network? Sounds like their dress code is pants optional. But what a mess for CNN. Zucker steps down while his sinking ship of a network peddles nonstop hoaxes to a disappearing audience. Not to mention, they eat crickets over there. I'd say good riddance, Zucker, and don't let the door hit you on the way out. But then CNN will blame the door for a hate crime. In fact, their tributes to him have already started.
Thank you all for coming, and welcome to the CNN Chapel. I didn't know this was in here either. For those of you joining us via Zoom, please... Oh, Tubin, your camera is on. Where was I? As you know, we recently had to say goodbye to Jeff Zucker, and I thought this would be a good opportunity for those who knew him best to say something nice. So I'll go ahead and get things started. When you think about it, the number of pedophile producers he hired was actually pretty small. Next.
I think that Jeff Zucker was treated unfairly. I mean, I read Chris Cuomo's deposition at...
Hey, no, thank you. Okay, thank you so much. That's enough. Anyone else?
Yeah, I just gotta say, I mean, Facebook has been great for the world, so, we should be
This Jeff Zucker.
I thought it was for Mark Zuckerberg. I'm an idiot.
Is there anyone here who has anything nice to say? There's 2,000 people in this room. Jim Acosta, you have no questions? Okay, that's enough. Also, per Brian Stelter's request, there is catering in the lobby.
We had to end on that note. Kat, okay. I wanted to enjoy this story so much. And then I hear it's about a consensual relationship and not about their ratings. It should be about how bad the network is, and they're doing... I do not buy this story.
I know. I want to know what really happened.
Yes.
Because he resigned, which means he was worried about getting fired for something actually bad. Like, I get that this is like a HR technicality, but maybe I'm like a misogynistic pervert, but he was like doing sex with someone who wanted to do sex with him too. Yeah. So I mean, there's something else. There's something else.
There's something smelly and stinky and gross, Katie, and I want to know everything about it. I want this story to last for 5 months.
Look, CNN and the relationship with the Cuomos was like dousing the building with gasoline, and Chris Cuomo was holding the match on the way out. And he's about to throw it in there because when they fired him, after everything that they did to protect the Cuomo brothers, getting rid of him, putting it all on Chris Cuomo, this is Cuomo's revenge. They messed with the gangster brothers, and they're getting it back right now. This is not the end of it. You can't tell me that this is about sex, like with Tubin there still, the Richard Quest situation a couple of years ago.
West!
The pedophile producers that are now under investigation and criminal investigation. There's way more to this about that we're going to find out, hopefully.
Cuomo's revenge sounds like a medical problem you get in Tuscany. I don't know where I was going, Jamie.
I don't either.
But let's go together. Let's do it. Right? Let me ask you a question.
I'll follow you anywhere.
Will you follow me with a coherent...
Maybe we should leave.
Yeah, I can go. We should go.
See, this is what's happening. And you know what? I'm starting to like Chris Cuomo again. What's going on? Tell us, do you have any CNN jokes?
I immediately, I think when we all read this, I said, I'm not even kidding. At first I go, do I not know what consensual means? Have you ever done that? Like, I go, have I been like missaying this the entire time? It just didn't make any sense. I can't wait to hear more information about this. But I will say one thing. I have a goal that to someday be able to resign. Because that means like you have a good job. Yes. You know what I mean? Like you don't tender
Solid
your
backup.
resignation at Arby's.
No, you don't.
You quit, you fill your bag with potato cakes, and you get out of there.
Yes.
But I can't wait to hear more. And that because the Tubin thing, not to state the obvious, but it's like the Tubin thing. Chances are that was consensual with himself.
Yes.
And
they
he's still
kept-
at CNN.
And by the way, you brought up Richard Quest, a great
Yes.
story that people forgot about in
Oh.
Central Park. He was wearing a collar around his neck that was attached to another appendage. He had meth in his
yeah.
pocket, and they took him back. That's why I know that I'll always have a chance
There's
at
nothing
CNN.
wrong
A bag of sex toys.
No, I'm like he wasn't hurting anybody but
Right, he was
himself.
having a
It
good
was
time.
consensual.
It was consensual.
consensual.
All right, Tyrus. We were talking. What's going on?
Okay. Well, first of all, you got to say consensual different. He was having consensual sex with a woman.
There you go. Okay.
All right. Here's what really happened.
Yes.
I don't know this to be true, Bill Maher, but I feel like it's true.
Yeah.
His love interest worked for somebody.
Yes.
Who was it that she worked for, Greg?
Andrew Cuomo.
Quick pro quo, Greg.
Yes.
And he got into trouble, did he not? And he had an insider who knew the owner or the boss of the news company. And I know his brother got busted for interfering and helping, but
Yeah.
he was getting help from perhaps somebody a little higher on the food chain.
Right.
And then they promised Cuomo that he wouldn't have to fall on his sword, but then they thought that since they called him Fredo, he would do the Fredo thing.
Ah, very good.
You know, and he wasn't the uncle with the olive oil who cut his wrists in the bathtub.
Yes.
Fredo made a deal, and now Fredo's telling on everybody.
Yeah.
And and if you want to bet $1 that by, I don't know, Friday, there'll be something really bad that comes out, and there'll be a lot more resignations. You know, saying I'm leaving because I cheated on my wife 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, statute of limitations ran out, bro. So what else you got? And I'm sure Cuomo's laughing somewhere, going, "Oh yeah, wait till this." So
Yeah.
Do you
it's
think he
it's
felt
gonna be
like
ugly.
safe? Do you think he felt safe in the relationship because Allison was like, "Don't worry, no one's watching." then when they got busted, she was like, "No, not our relationship. CNN. No one's watching." CNN.
Exactly. All right. Well, I feel great. Up next, it appears an interview was a joke to make the NFL seem woke.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.